brother, a friend, a son, and what he would lose, the chance to grow up, get married, have kids, grow old, have grandkids. That little 3-year-old boy went through more pain and suffering than most people had to endure in a lifetime, with a smile on his face. Surviving everything he went through was a miracle. It was a miracle in our lives. We gained so much by having him in our lives. We were able to know Ethan for who he was, rather than just as a 3-year-old little boy that we lost too soon. We were able to know that he was the kind of person who made everyone smile. He wanted to make people happy no matter how it made him look. And as you saw from the pictures, he usually looked goofy. He was a son who never caused trouble. Even in the tough teenage years, he still loved his parents, as we all do. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too. He was a brother who would say, "I love you" at the end of every phone call. And when he was little, I liked him to kiss me on the nose, and he would still do it even when he was a teenager, even when his friends were around. So he was never embarrassed to love his family. He was an uncle who would play countless games with the kids just to make them happy. And he was a friend who left an impression. We've heard from many people over this last week who knew him, whether it was for all of his life, just a few years, a year, a month, some of them even just for one single weekend. And even those people remember him as a friend and are mourning his loss. I commented that I don't remember people that I met only for one weekend. And my husband said, "It's because I never met anyone like Ethan." I think that's a great way of putting it. You'll never meet anyone like Ethan. You would have liked it that way. Most of all, he was just a wonderful man. I'm glad that I was able to say man, not just boy. He got to live to be a man, even for a little while. He could brighten the mood in an instant with a goofy expression or a funny song. He was always extremely enthusiastic about everything he did. We've been joking this week, as my dad said, that Ethan thought everything was life-changing. Our cruise to Alaska was life-changing. The wildlife safari, life-changing. Whitewater rafting, totally life-changing. The Oregon Vortex, life-changing. Avatar, life-changing. You get the idea. That was the way Ethan lived his life. He wanted to experience everything and enjoyed every minute of it. Maybe he somehow knew that he had to get a whole lifetime of excitement and experience in just 21 years. I hope we all learn to live our lives with half the enthusiasm Ethan had for every single day. This past week, I keep asking why, God, why? Why Ethan? Why now? Why did this have to happen? It's just not fair. But I also have to remember that little boy who had an accident and remember to say thank you. Thank you for not taking him then. Thank you for giving us a really great 18 extra years with our little brother. Thank you for letting him have 21 fun-filled years of life and get the chance to grow into such a wonderful young man. Thank you for letting us know him for who he was. Thank you for giving us the honor of having his bright light shine in our lives, even if it was only for a little while. I love you, Ethan. Knowing you was life-changing.
You guys express yourself really well. The following, I'm going to read something Poppy gave me. It came in. It's a heartfelt letter. It's from David and Poppy's neighbor on Kauai. He was the set builder of many shows that Ethan performed and also acted in several musicals with him. It's to the Shell family. It's titled Ethan Shell. The question, who ought to be the boss, is like asking, who ought to be the tenor in the quartet? Obviously, the man who can sing tenor. Ethan, when auditioning, was the boss. He could sing, dance, and play any role the director gave him. He will be remembered by not one role, but each role he had. It takes vision and courage to create a character, that which Ethan did. He was the architect of his own character. His initiative, imagination, individuality, and independence were the cornerstones of his character. In Bye Bye Birdie, he was simply brilliant. In Beauty and the Beast, he was again brilliant. Ethan was blessed with a beautiful family, and the family was blessed with a beautiful son, brother, and uncle. His friends were lucky when he was around. The island is in sorrow. Ethan Shell mirrored his mother and father, which is the greatness in him. He accepted their love of life and love of family. May the Lord bless his family, bring comfort to the Shells and all his friends. May he rest in peace. Bye Bye Birdie, your friend Ron. And I don't know if I'll get this part right, but he says A-Y-Ho. Say it right, somebody. Ho-yo. And this kind of introduces the next video presentation that we're going to have right now. Is that right? Okay. Zeke wants to come and share with us. You need this stand, Zeke?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, before I start my speech, I have two things to say. The song Sweet Child of Mine they did during the slideshow was the last song Ethan listened to on his iPod. And Grandpa said that Ethan always said everything was life-changing, and that was correct. And when we were burying Ethan, I found this little charm on the ground if anybody's missing it. Okay. I remember Ethan as one of the greatest people I had the honor of meeting. He's an amazing actor, a shoulder to cry on, arms to hold you, and the greatest of friends. All those who met him loved him. All those who didn't missed out. I could never figure out who was my best friend. I now know it was Ethan. I remember the first time I realized how much I loved him was when he asked me to play Halo, which was a video game. I know that might sound kind of stupid, but what I heard was, I love you, brother. I will always remember the time when you would be in the car for hours singing along to the Pokemon theme song. I will miss you so much, my brother, my uncle, my friend. I love you so much, and I know we will all miss a larger-than-life void of happiness. And as it rained, I realized that was the Lord crying for Ethan. Shoots Ethan. Ethan.